that? Why your officers take black lives? Why your officers take black lives? Your officers are taking black lives. Your officers are taking black lives.
Are y'all gonna arrest the man?
Your officers took black lives. 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 Your officers took black lives.
Mayor, I'm not playing with the city. I'm not playing with the NYPD. You can take my fucking picture and put it up on the precinct wall.
Talk about it.
God, we don't tear the city up if we don't get some change.
Yeah, we will.
It's not.
Jordan Neely. Jordan Neely.
Get out of her face. Get out of her face. You can get out of the train or something. Get out of her face. Get out of her face.
So get out of the train. Take it on the train.
Bro, you hurting her right now,
Nope. This is public property. Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Spell your name.
This is public property. Stop fucking touching me. No, you better get the fuck. Get Nika's here now. Get Nika's here now. Get him here now. Get him here now. Get him here now, Edgar.
Yo, they got my back.
Get him here now.
They got my back. It has everything in it.
So obviously, the police, there's a huge response right now. Our city is in crisis. Our city is going down the drain.
All right, guys. So you seen that, you heard that. The woke activists are still protesting in New York City over Jordan Neely, aka they're still protesting over a criminal who unfortunately lost his life because he probably was engaging in criminal activity and threats while on the subway station. And again, unfortunately, a Marine had to take actions into his own hands and stop the threat. Now, again, we're still waiting for information in regards to what actually happened in this situation and what prompted this Marine, plus a few other men as well too, who weren't white, to hold this man down. And unfortunately had to die, but hold this man down so that he did not threaten anybody else. We really don't know yet, but my gut feeling tells me that just based off what we're hearing from Eric Adams and from Kathy Hochul, okay, two race hustlers, right, two woke Democrats, the fact that they're not coming out here and crying racism tells me that it probably was something that was justified, right? It tells me that this Marine was probably in the right. Now, these people have went as far as to dox the Marine. His name is out there now. And again, they're doing what they do, okay? Anytime they have a criminal who loses his life at the hands of a white person, they want to boohoo, whine, kick and cry and scream, all the while black folks are dying every single day just at the hands of other black people. And they don't really ever actually care about that. So, yes, this is a continuation of the protest. And again, it's gotten to the point now where these people are so extreme that they are jumping onto subway tracks and shutting down subway stations in protest for Jordan Neely. I want you guys to take a look at this insane protest here that I think really is an example of why I kind of believe in social Darwinism a little bit, right? So let's go ahead and play this clip.
as you see, they were protesters on the subway tracks. They actually jumped from the platform onto the tracks, and they were on the tracks with power, electric. They could have been electrocuted, guys, electrocuted. And there was a train with the lights barreling right towards them. The motormen and the crew was shaken up. They were all shaken up. Subway service had to be suspended through Queens and parts of Manhattan, impacting thousands of people because of a few, under 100 people. This is what happens. And this is why the police should have gotten the situation under control earlier, but they did not do that. And this is the situation we're dealing with in our city.
As you guys can see here, once again, we have a crowd of weirdos, okay, because that's what they are. They're weirdos that are jumping until the subway tracks while a train is coming to protest for Jordan Neely, a criminal. Now, again, this is why I say low-key I adhere to aspects of social Darwinism, right? There's just some people that aren't intelligent enough, right, to be in society. And I think that these protesters might fit the bill, because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. If that train had not stopped, right, while those protesters were down there in those tracks, it would be really, really, really hard for me to come out here and feel bad for them. Because I think that there's ways to protest and to get your point across without just engaging this type of suicidal stupidity, right? Because that's what it is. Okay, if you're so dumb that you're gonna jump down on a track while a train is coming, not knowing whether or not it's actually gonna stop. Again, I got questions about whether or not, you may be intelligent enough to be a part of normal society. Just saying. Just saying. This is what they're doing. You have, again, woke activists, weirdos, communists. There was a guy wearing a Fidel Castro shirt out here, protesting. So let's read about them actually shutting down one of these stations here and go from there. At least 7 people were arrested in Manhattan Saturday after shutting down subway service and clashing with NYPD officers while protesting the chokehold death of homeless man Jordan Neely, law enforcement sources told the Post. Dozens of protesters jumped into the subway tracks at Lexington Avenue and East 63rd Street around 6:15 p.m., forcing an oncoming Q train to slam on the brakes at the mouth of the tunnel, video shows. Now, again, if that train would not have slammed on brakes, we would have had a whole lot of messy protesters down there in those tracks. Okay, we would have had a messy situation. Again, a situation where it would have been hard for me to come out here and to be like, hey, I feel bad, blah, 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 because, I'm not sure if doing something like that is the smartest thing to do. Quote, "No justice, no peace," the protesters chanted as police can be heard struggling to call for order in the background. The risky move caused the power to temporarily shut down in the Lenox Hill station. Yeah, so they shut down power. Shut down power. This is what they did. Over a criminal. Over a criminal. After several minutes, the police were able to get the protesters off the tracks, allowing the train to roll into the station, but demonstrators were determined to continue blocking transit service. So again, it's not just the people that are on that immediate train that have been affected. You have thousands of people that are taking trains in that city, in that area, that have been affected by this. They can't go to work. They can't, do what they need to do because these activists have decided that their protest is more important than other people's lives and what they got to do. Absolutely amazing stuff. The group was calling for justice in the case of Neely's Monday homicide. He was held in a fatal chokehold by 23-year-old Marine Daniel Penny after yelling at subway riders and throwing trash. Penny, who has since acquired a legal team who claims he, quote, never intended to harm the homeless man, has not been charged with the crime despite the medical examiner's ruling that Neely was choked to death. Another video filmed by journalist Rebecca Brandon shows several protesters barricading the car's open doorway so that commuters were forced to stay inside. A frustrated strap hanger begged officers to help remove the demonstrator so he could get off the train, while the protesters verbally berated the man. They shouted, quote, "Find another train," and "You not getting off this train, sir," at him, while offering him advice for other routes he could take. Chaos erupted once police began evacuating the station. Several protesters became aggressive and began pushing against officers, which ignited a small mosh of people rushing toward the brawl. Yeah, so again, this is just pure chaos. Nothing but chaos. The NYPD tackled several protesters to the ground to execute arrests. The violent clashes resumed on the street level when protesters blocked the roadway intersection. Yeah, so all these people should have been arrested. I understand how you only make 7 arrests. Right? How you only make 7 arrests? All these protesters should have, every single last one of these people should be arrested and thrown in jail. Right? They should be, because at this point, they're committing acts of domestic terrorism. They're shutting down subway stations. Okay? That's what they're doing. They become extremists. They're operating as terrorists. Lock them up, arrest them, make examples out of these people. But again, you know, we're too soft on left-wing extremism in this country. One protester told arresting officers, quote, "I can't breathe," a nod to the violent murder of George Floyd at the hands of arresting officers in 2020. The man was taken away in cuffs. Sources told the Post at least 7 people were taken into custody, though the number could continue to grow. Yeah, it should grow. It should grow. All of them should be taken into custody. All of them should be arrested. I'm sick and tired of this, man. I'm sick and tired of seeing acts of domestic terrorism committed on behalf of criminals. And then these people talking about Black Lives Matter, while at the same time you have plenty of black lives that are currently being lost in that city at the hands of other black folks, and these people don't have a damn thing to say about it. Again, how many people have been attacked? How many lives have been lost on that subway system all this year? And these people haven't said anything about it. In 2022, there was about 80 plus, including a woman that was pushed onto the subway tracks and she died because some lunatic decided to, again, push some random woman to her death. Where were these woke activists? Nowhere to be found, right? Nowhere to be found. Again, it's just absolutely amazing to me. I'm sick and tired of this, man. I'm sick and tired of the left-wing extremism. I'm sick and tired of simping for criminals. Again, this is why our country's going downhill, man. This is what these people care about. We have too many people in this country that care about and simp for criminals instead of caring about law-abiding citizens. There's a reason why Eric Adams is not really saying much about this. There's a reason why Kathy Hochul's not saying anything about it. There's a reason why the man has not been arrested and charged yet, because what he did was probably justified more than likely. But I don't know. We need to wait for more information. Regardless, again, there are hundreds, thousands of black lives that are lost per year that nobody else gives a damn about because a criminal took their life, right? Because another black criminal took their life and nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. But you got a black homeless man that loses his life, that has a history of violence, including assaulting elderly folks, and these people want to lose their minds and pretend like, oh my God, this is such an injustice. It's ridiculous, man. It really is ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.